So friends, have you ever thought, a bird that is not afraid of the storm, but takes its flight even higher? A bird that goes beyond the clouds and flies in the straight light of the sun, while the rest of the birds are hidden behind the trees. Who is that? That is Eagle. But today we have not come to listen to the story of a bird. Today we will talk about that thought, that mindset, which has taken millions of people to the heights in history. The eagle mindset. Has there ever been a time in life when everything seemed to be falling apart? When you felt that maybe nothing could be done, now there is no way ahead. When people underestimate, laugh, and you yourself start doubting yourself. If yes, then this story is only for you. Eagle is not an ordinary bird. It is certainly born on earth, but its mind is of the sky. It does not get entangled in small things. It rises above, separates itself, and reaches where it has very little courage to reach. But can only a bird do this? No, you can do it too. You too have the same qualities, the same focus, the same clarity, the same strength, the same patience. The only difference is that the bird knows what it wants, and we often forget our own strength. Eagle's most inspiring quality is its vision. Its eyes can see miles away. Imagine, if your mind is so clear, will you not be able to see your goals? Will you not be able to save yourself from distractions? But it is not just about vision. It is about that preparation, that loneliness that the eagle chooses. It does not fly in a flock, does not walk in a crowd. It decides its own direction, and this mindset separates it from others. Imagine, when the whole world is saying that you cannot do it, at that time you say with your inner voice, I am a flock. I am not afraid of storms. Goosebumps come, right? The eagle mindset teaches us when to stay quiet, when to attack, and when to change yourself. Yes, the flock also comes at a time when it leaves its old wings, its beak, everything, and renews itself. That process is painful. It is lonely. But after that, it gets ready again, more powerful, more focused. Have you ever asked yourself, can I also change? Can I also fly again? The most special thing about this mindset is that it teaches us how to lead yourself and others. The eagle not only survives in its life, it thrives. It does not fly with fear, it flies with faith. Today we are in a world where everything is fast, noisy, distracting. But like an eagle, if you keep your eyes on the target, no matter how loud it is, you can achieve your goal. Eagle mindset says, stop thinking like a pigeon. Stop flying low. You are born to fly high. You have the potential that is sleeping today. You just have to wake it up. In this book, we will unlock that mindset, understand that power, and prepare for that flight that will take you there where you belong, sky beyond limits. So, Come on, now is the time to change your mind, to raise your vision, and to promise yourself that now no one can stop your flight. Chapter 1. Rise above the storm. Then the eagle plays a different game. It spreads its wings, and with the help of that storm, it takes itself higher. Because it knows the storm has not come to stop its flight, it has come to speed up its flight. Now, look at your life. Do storms only come in the sky? No. Storms come in our lives too. Failures, heartbreaks, betrayal, criticism, and sometimes losing faith in yourself. At that time, it feels like everything is over. You cannot see the way. But ask yourself, have these storms come to break you, or have they come to teach you to fly? The eagle never complains. It does not blame. It does not look for excuses. Because it knows if you want to fly, you have to face the storms. Our biggest problem is not that the storm comes. Our biggest problem is that we think, why only with me? But the day you change this thought and say, why not with me? That day your flight will begin. This is the first rule of the eagle mindset. Face the storm, don't escape it. Because those who run away from the storm stick to the ground and touch the sky. Every storm has two faces, one that shows fear and the other that flies. Your victory depends on which face you choose to see. The eagle reaches the heights because it is not afraid of turbulence. It knows that stability is never in the air. It has to create itself, and that too in the midst of chaos. Now think, if a bird like the eagle can have so much courage, then why not you? You have the same strength. The only difference is that the eagle believes in itself. As long as you hold the fear inside you, you cannot reach the heights of your dreams. Sometimes courage comes out of fear, and awakening that courage is the beginning of this mindset. Rise above the storm is not a poetry. It is an action, a decision, a promise. No matter what the situation is, I will not fall. I will fly. And remember, the storm does not only test the brave, it also challenges them. And those who pass this fire test, they become legends. So now it is up to you to live in secrecy, or to fight the storms and touch the sky. The eagle mindset begins where the fear ends, and the flight begins. Chapter 2. Eagle Vision. The power of clarity and focus. There is a story. There was an old man in a village who often asked people a question. If I put a big stone in front of your eyes and hide a treasure behind it, will you be able to see it? People thought, smiled, and said, no, until the stone is removed, the treasure will not be seen. The old man said, just like that, until your mind is overwhelmed by delusions and nonsense, you will never see your true destination. Just like that, the eagle's eyes are different from other birds. In his eyes, there is clarity, there is a focus. He does not change his path. He goes where his goal is, Now the question is there such a focus in our life? How many directions do we go every day? Sometimes we get hurt by someone's words. Sometimes we lose ourselves in the noise of social media. Sometimes small distractions distract us from our goals. And then we think, I'm trying, but why isn't anything happening? The truth is, our efforts are scattered and our eyes are blurry. Like the eagle, if we also need clarity, then first of all, it is important to ask yourself what our eyes are looking at, the destination or just the dust of the road. An eagle focuses on his prey, not on the other flying insects. He stays away from distractions because he knows that he has to put energy where he will get the result. Have you ever looked at yourself carefully? When you are excited, inspired, there is a spark in your eyes. But when you are confused, directionless, then those eyes look tired. Why? Because vision is not just to see. Vision is to live dreams in your eyes, to be determined to change them into reality every day. The second rule of the eagle mindset is to see beyond the noise, focus on the goal. The eagle does not care how many birds are flying in the sky. He stays on his way. He knows that clarity comes when the mind is silent and the heart is loud. In today's world, the biggest luxury is not a car, a house, or money. The biggest luxury is clarity. If you have this, you can achieve everything. So, how to get this eagle vision? It starts with silence. Disconnect yourself from the noise for a while every day. Sit, think, and listen to your inner voice. You can think bigger than what that voice says. The second step is to make your goals crystal clear. Vague dreams give vague results, but a sharp goal cuts every distraction like a laser. And third, eliminate the unnecessary. Everything that is keeping you away from your goal, whether they are toxic people, meaningless habits, or your own insecurities, remove them. Eagle does not hunt until it is 100% sure. Its patience, its silence, its focus serves its vision. And if you also want to see clear results in your life, first of all, you have to clear your vision. Sometimes it is necessary to get clarity by surrounding yourself with questions. Am I going in the right direction? Am I pursuing what I really want? Or am I just floating with the crowd? Because remember, flying without vision is just a distraction, and flying with vision makes history. Now it is up to you to fly in the fog or to see your destination. Chapter 2 says, see where you have to go, think what you have to get, and become what you are born to be. Chapter 3, Soar with Purpose. Recognize the real purpose of your life. Have you ever wondered why the eagle flies so high? Is it only because its wings are big or because it is faster than other birds? No, it flies high because it knows where it has to go. It has a direction in its flight. It has a purpose in its flight. Now, ask yourself for a moment, does my flight also have a direction? Do I really know why I am living? Or do I just get up in the morning, run all day, and fall asleep at night without understanding what is the purpose of all this? This is the difference between a common life and a purposeful life. When the eagle flies, it does not fly just to fly in the air. It flies for a purpose. Its every flap, every turn, every lift is with a mission. And for humans, real peace is only when we start every morning with a reason. But to tell you the truth, most people in today's world are just surviving, not truly living. Why? Because they don't know their purpose. School, college, job, EMI, weekend, social media, this has become today's circle. And in that circle, we have lost the voice inside us that used to say, I will do something big. But one question, is that voice still somewhere inside? Maybe yes, because if that voice had died completely, you would not have heard it. You would have slept peacefully. But no, you're awake. Something is buzzing inside. Something is asking, is this my life? Is there no real purpose for me? And that is where the third flight of the eagle mindset begins, the flight of purpose. The eagle never wanders. He knows what he is looking for, and he just follows it. His clarity comes from his purpose. And a human's purpose is not just to live. A human's real purpose is to know himself, and then to gather himself. When you fly with purpose, the wind does not blow you. You turn the wind. Think, when a human recognizes his why am I doing this? Then a fire burns inside him that turns every defeat into courage. Purpose is that fuel that keeps your flight going without getting tired. Now, the question is, what is my purpose? And the answer is not outside. It is inside you. The thing that gives you excitement, the work that you forget the time while doing, the pain that troubles you and that you want to fix, the dream that has been growing in your eyes since childhood, that is your purpose. The eagle does not ask for approval for his flight. He flies because flying is his nature. And if there's a dream, a vision, a voice inside you repeatedly knocking, believe me, it is not like that. Purpose is not a plan. Purpose is a calling that is heard and then lived. And when your flight is connected to purpose, then tiredness also seems inspiring, and failures also learning. The eagle mindset teaches us that our flight should not be random. We should know where we are going and why we are going, because without a destination, flying is just wandering. But when the purpose is connected to the flight, then the sky also seems small. So decide from today, I will not just fly to fly. I will go to that height where my purpose wants to take me. Because when you soar with purpose, you do not just fly. You make history. Chapter 4. Hunt with Precision. Hunt with precision is the art of discipline and strategy. Often people think that the eagle flies at a height. That is why it is powerful. But that real power is not in its height, but in its strategy. because many birds can reach heights, but only the eagle hunts, and that too precisely, without touching, without using physical strength. Now think, is your life's effort also as precise, or are you just running without direction, without strategy, without any discipline? When the eagle hunts, it first observes, it wanders in the air for hours, it saves its energy, it detects every movement. And when the right time comes, it kills everything in one shot, just once. But that war is perfect. Now think, how many times in our life do we get such opportunities when we should have been patient, should have planned? But we took a decision in a hurry and lost everything. The fourth basic mantra of the eagle mindset is don't chase everything. Chase what matters and chase it like fire. The problem is that today we want to do everything, every opportunity, every shiny distraction. We want to catch every trend. But think like a hawk. Does it try to catch every flying insect? No, it just catches the prey that is worth it. And this is what makes a difference. Choosing focus, pure discipline, and sharp execution. You can work 12 to 14 hours a day, but if there is no strategy in that work, then it is just running, not progress. Eagle teaches us fly less but fly right. Do less but do it impactfully. Do less but do it successfully. Discipline is its weapon. When other birds are shouting, it is quietly waiting. When everyone is scared, it is calculating and flying. And when the right time comes, the hawk attacks like lightning. This precision is what we need. Wake up every morning and ask yourself, am I doing something that is taking me closer to my goal, or am I just passing time? Strategy does not mean just making a plan. Strategy means knowing the reason for every action, keeping track of what is happening around you. You have to sharpen your instinct like an eagle. When the rest of the world is celebrating, you may have to plan. When the rest of the people are partying, you may have to practice. Because when the same people will fall, you may be flying. Because you made the right preparation. Remember, life is a jungle, and the winner is the one who masters the timing, technique, and target. Think like a hawk. Prepare every day. Keep yourself away from every distraction. Evaluate every opportunity. And when the time comes, win everything at once. Because the hawk never makes multiple attempts, he does it only once. But that war is legendary. Chapter 5. Fly Solo. Have you ever seen a hawk flying in a flock? No, right? Because a hawk never flies in a flock, he flies alone. Silence is his comfort, the sky is his way, and loneliness is his strength. But today we humans are afraid of being alone. We always need someone's support, approval, validation, whether it is through social media, society, or any relationship. But have you ever thought, when is the biggest growth? When the noise stops, when the crowd leaves, and when you hear your real voice for the first time. When a hawk flies alone, no one guides him, No one applauds him. No one says, "Well done." But he still flies because he believes in himself. Inner strength is what knows how to work, and this is the mindset that separates a hawk from other birds. Today, our biggest weakness is not that we lose, but that we cannot sit with ourselves. We get restless because we have never understood ourselves. But a hawk does not hide. When there is a storm, he flies higher. Why? Because he knows there is no fear in loneliness. There is direction. Every person who has done something big in life has learned to walk alone at some point. No one was with him. No one understood him. No one cheered him. But he still flew because he chose himself, understood himself, trusted himself. This chapter of Eagle Mindset tells us that independence is not just taking decisions alone. Independence is emotional reliance. When you can say that I do not need anyone to tell me whether I am good or not, I do not need anyone's validation whether I am capable or not. I know what I am and I know where I am going. Then you are really free. The hawk does not care what other birds think. He flies in his own way, and if the path is stormy, he flies higher. His strength is in his loneliness. His silence is his power. And you will also have to understand that the crowd can applaud you, but the crowd cannot take you up, because this path, this inner journey, has to be decided alone. When the hawk flies, he himself is the master of his direction. He does not need a GPS, he does not need a follower, nor does he need a like or a comment. His flight is his story, and this is the purest form of strength. Today, if you feel alone, then do not think that you are weak. Think that maybe this is the time when you can connect with yourself, because the person who learns to sit with himself can handle any crowd in the world. The eagle mindset says this: the one who learns to fly alone, he never bows down to anyone. He walks on his feet, flies with his wings, and makes his destiny himself. So, decide this from today. Even if the path is lonely, do not be afraid, because maybe that path will take you to the top. Chapter 6, Rise Again, Making Failures Your Strength. Have you ever fallen? Have you fallen so much that nothing is left, as if life has taken everything away, as if it is impossible to get up again? If yes, then believe me, you are not alone. Every person who is today at the height of the sky had fallen down on the ground once or twice. And that, too, is not a mistake. Very few people know, but in the life of an eagle, there comes a turn where he gets two choices. Either he dies slowly or goes through a painful transformation and creates himself again. When the eagle is about 40 years old, its beak turns. The wings become weak, and the wings become so heavy that it cannot even fly properly. Now, there is only one way in front of him: to go to the highest peak of the mountain and break yourself. He hits the rock with his beak until it breaks. Then he takes out his wings from the broken beak. And when the new beak grows new wings, then he also tears his heavy wings and drops them. The whole process is painful, but he is reborn with the same pain, and then he flies again with new wings, with new strength. Now think, if a bird can do this, then why not you? Your defeats, your pains, those failures, they are not the end of your story. They are just a pause so that you can breathe, see yourself, and decide whether I will break and scatter or break and become again. Losing in life is not a bad thing. The bad thing is that after losing, we consider ourselves weak. But the eagle mindset teaches us that every fall is the beginning of a new flight. Falling is not a sin, but staying there is your choice. There are moments in our lives when friends leave us, relationships break, dreams scatter. But here, some people stop and some people rise again. Rise again does not mean just trying again. It means removing strength from your wounds, burning fire with your tears, and turning your failure into your greatest victory. A person who walks only when everything is fine, he cannot go far. But a person who walks only when everything is broken, he creates history. If the eagle mindset had chosen to stay with the old, then it would have died slowly, but it chose pain so that it could live again. Even if you have fallen, do not worry, because this is the time to give yourself a new form. Old fears, old pains, old excuses to throw everyone down, because when a person breaks and joins himself again, he becomes much stronger. Your comeback can be much bigger than your setback if you think like an eagle. The eagle mindset teaches this. You have fallen, so what? Get up and tell the world that you have not broken. You have become again. And this time, you have not come to fly, you have come to change the sky. So friends, now that we have completed this flight of the eagle mindset, do ask yourself one question. Do I also think like an eagle? Or am I still flying as a part of the crowd? Because becoming an eagle is not just about gaining height. It is a thought, a different perspective. It is such a power that separates you from the crowd of this world. The eagle does not run away from fear. It faces it. It uses every storm to fly. It does not make unnecessary noise. It prepares in its silence. And when it roars, the world keeps watching. Now it's your turn. You also adopt that mindset that turns your weaknesses into strength, which can see the possibilities even in failure, and which can tell this world that I don't just survive, I soar. And if this video has given you even a little courage, if it has set a little fire in your thinking, then I would like to tell you to subscribe to this channel. Here, we don't just summarize books. Here, we change thoughts, make mindsets, and connect you with a new vision every time. Bookpedia is not just a channel, it is a mission where knowledge not only gives information, but also brings transformation. So see you in the next video with a new book, a new thought, and a new flight. Thank you.